Hey there everyone, my name is Daniel Afonso and I'm a front-end engineer. In this video I'll do a quick recap of the first week of the Portfolio Project Club. So, what's the Portfolio Project Club? So, much like in a book club, you have weekly meetings with people from your club and discuss book chapters. Portfolio Project Club, it's the same. We have weekly meetings, but what we discuss is the status of our project. Each individual of this club has their own project, which will be a production-ready application that can be shown as a portfolio to any company that might be interested in hiring you. One other thing that really excites me about this Portfolio Club is, before anything else, the opportunity to get to know new developers. Also, every developer in there has a different level of knowledge, and that's really great because we can teach each other's stuff. Besides this, it's really great to have people to compare notes with, compare implementations of certain cases, and make each other accountable, because you all know as developers that there are more projects in our dumpster that we started and we haven't finished than there aren't. And by making each other accountable, we will all work together and build something that's going to be awesome. So, as I mentioned, the main objective of this club is to build a portfolio project. In this case, the portfolio project will be an high-performance system as a service subscription application. This application needs to have the certain requirements. It must have secure authentication. It must accept payments from all over the world. It must provide monthly and annual subscription plans. The members must be able to manage their subscription. They should have premium content protected by default, and for an extra credit we can create an admin dashboard. For tech stack, the recommended tech stack is React, Next.js, Firebase authentication, Firebase Cloud Firestore, for handling subscriptions Stripe, Vercel for hosting, and for extra credits we can use TypeScript, Cypress, and Tailwind. So, the first challenge was to build a README, following the README driven development. Here you can see a blog post by Tom Preston Werner. I'll post it on the description. Basically, the main objective is, before coding, before doing anything, you start your project with your README. And in your README you describe what's your project gonna be like, how it's gonna work, and if you want to do some tech notes, you can also add the tech stack. This is really great because it avoids that you start over documenting everything from the start, but also gives you the needed features so you can start your development. So for my portfolio, I decided to build an application that will be helpful for sharing my content. What this means is I will have an application, and as you can see here on my README, I'll have an application that there will be two types of users in our application: a content creator and a content consumer. A content creator will be myself. Basically, I'll be responsible for publishing content and ranking this content with a tier. I'll go on in the tiers going a bit more further. Then there will be content consumers that will be basically any user of my application. They will be able to read or watch the content that I publish. The content that they can consume, watch, or read will depend on the tier that they have, and that's what we have right here. So there will be three types of tier for my content. There will be the free tier, which will be the tier that every developer, every consumer will have by default. Every consumer that is logged in, because if you're not logged in you can only see a small description of my content, but after you're logged in you can see blog posts, video, courses that are available by free. If you want, you'll be able to build a subscription. So the subscription will be either monthly or yearly, and you'll be able to see all the content that has the subscribe tier. There will be also a third tier, which will be a paid tier. This means that the users, the content consumers, can pay specifically for that content. And I guess that's it regarding the tiers. Expected usages. Here it's how I am expecting the user to interact with the page. The non-logged user will reach my page. It will be able to either sign up or log in, and check the existing content title and description because it's not logged in, so you cannot read or watch it. You can also apply for a subscription or buy a paid tier content. This means that you will have to log in first. After a user is logged in and he doesn't have a subscription, he'll be able to either log out of the application, apply for a subscription anytime, buy a paid tier content, check free content, and check bot paid tier content. In this case, he'll be able to check the content that's paid, or that he paid for in this case. If a user is logged in and he has a subscription, he can also do the logout process. He can manage his subscription, like how many days he has left, if he wants to extend it, if he wants to cancel it, and he can also check free content. Once again, he can check the subscribed tier content because he has a subscription, and if he had paid for certain courses, he will be able to check them as well. Me, a content creator, decides to log in. What I can do is I can log out and I can manage my existing content. Either delete it, edit it, change its tier, or if it's a paid tier, I can also change the price that I'm asking for that course. For the tech stack of my project, I'll be using Next.js, React, TypeScript, and Tailwind for building the UI. For testing, I'll be using Cypress for my end-to-end tests and the React testing library for unit and integration tests. I'll be using Auth0 for authentication, and I'll be using the new Auth0 Next.js API SDK, so that's really great. I'll be using Stripe for my payments, and I'm still a little bit confused about what to use for storing data. I'm split between DynamoDB or the Firebase Cloud Firestore. And for hosting, I'm also a bit split between AWS and Vercel, but that's one thing that I still have to figure out. So before coding, I decided to build a Kanban board where I can pick up on my README and translate it into tasks, like you can see in here. And basically what I'll be doing is I'll be prioritizing each task and picking them up regarding the priority that they have and working on them, so taking them from non-started to progress and then end and completed. I guess that's all for this week Portfolio Project Club. I'll be trying to do some live streams on the process of starting to develop some features, and hopefully I'll post them here on YouTube. Thank you for watching. I know that this might be in a weird video, but this is my first video, so I'm actually learning through the process and trying to improve myself, always learning in public with all of you. So that's it. If you liked, please press like, subscribe, and stay tuned for next week where I'll hopefully show my first features of my application. That was it. Thank you everyone. Bye.